Miwako. Welcome back to my channel. So I am going to do another cozy chill video today. This is not like a very serious type of topic. I am going to simply talk about something that I wrote 2 years ago. I wrote 5 things that I hate about morikei, but you know, I had a lot of things that I mentioned. There's of course a lot of things that it will not make any sense anymore, or things that I don't know. I just wrote a lot of things. So I wrote 5 things as a title, but I end up writing down 25 points of view. So of course, don't take none of this seriously. Not even myself. Maybe there were things that I thought about it when I started the fashion, but then I changed my mind. Maybe, you know, I realized something. So we are both, or everybody, going to look at this. Yeah, just think about it. I'm going to say if I change my mind or whatever. So the first thing that I added is no Mori stores, only available online or scavenger stores and thrift stores. Plus size equal bad option or expensive upcycle stores. Okay, so I wrote this because there are no like dedicated Morigirl shops locally. Of course, we all know that it is very hard to like go look for something very specific unless you're going to do like a lot of layering with a lot of basics and stuff like that. So when I say plus size, is that I remembered a lot of plus size people mentioning that it is hard for them to look for Mori pieces that are for plus size persons, especially the Asian sizes. They're even sometimes smaller than me, and I am a large to X large USA. And expensive upcycles, I have gotten a lot of upcycle pieces recently, and most of them have been more than $80. Some of them cost me like 50-ish, but that's like very few. Most of them have been very expensive. So unless you want to have a very dedicated closet, I guess that's I don't know if I should say that's the only reason why it will make sense to have them. I don't know. I just wrote this again like a very long time ago. Okay, number 2, I wrote no Mori friends. They live too far away and can't enjoy hobbies or have fun or go out thrift stores or walk forest. So I'm talking basically here about just having Mori friends. So yeah, I haven't hang out with anybody actually since I got here. Yeah, and I know someone that likes Mori, but I don't think that she will hang out with me. You know, like when you are an adult and people already have their friends, sometimes dedicate your time to more people is a little bit more complicated. So yeah, even though she says she likes me, I mean, I am just guessing here. I don't want to make this video like that. But yeah, I don't have any Mori friends here. All the people that I have met so far, they live in China, or they live in Japan, or they live in way so many faraway places, so it's very sad. Number 3, I wrote clothing takes a lot of space in the closet. So this is so true. Wow, the amount of clothing that I have accumulated because we have so many options, it's insane. Like that closet over there, it's clothing that I am trying to sell. It's full. It's all about clothing that I'm trying to sell. And I even have things maybe on my closet that I might get rid of, but so far I don't want to like push that any further. But yeah, you just have so many options, so many ways of styling. Yeah, you get the idea. It's just insane. I wrote 4, can only do a lot of layering when it's cold. That one actually makes me depressed. It's actually not not cold, but it's raining. And yeah, I live in Florida, for those of you who don't know. So it's almost always hot. But Florida is a little bit special because the weather changed a lot. Today it's raining, yesterday it was cold. 2 days before it was very, very hot. It was actually at 92. So I have to dress up like for almost every season all at once. Sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's hot. But anyway, the point of this is like, yeah, in order to make a lot of very Mori intense outfits, it has to be very cold, which is usually by December or maybe November. This last year it did not happen. So this year we just got it later. We got it from almost January till, yeah, March, I think. It was cold. It did not last like a few years ago. But anyway, that's my point. 5. Okay, so this one is going to get a lot of hate. Okay, so people saying that Morigirl fashion is cottagecore. Okay, I'm using the hashtag saturating the Mori tag. So I'm going to say something, but I have done that myself, like just recently, because at first when I made this, I was very, very more serious about that issue. Like cottagecore got so popular, and just because some things look brown, beige, ivory, you know, nature kind of look, people were just adding morikei, morigirl to everything that wasn't related. Even stores that doesn't sell anything that is morikei. So after I got tired of that, I wanted to, you know, don't take myself too seriously, because I love morikei so much that I might be too strict sometimes to myself. Online, I will not say it, but yeah, I guess I know it's not that good to be like that, but I just hate when I'm obsessed with something. Okay, I've been vulnerable here, so please don't hate me. But yeah, I've been recently using sometimes the word cottagecore just because I really want morikei to stay alive. But that's why also I'm making these videos, because I want people to see the difference between morikei and cottagecore. So I stopped a little bit using that word, because we all know that cottagecore is a lifestyle of a farm lifestyle. It has nothing to do with a fashion choice made by women who wanted to feel comfortable and don't go through trends. Cottagecore are now a trend. Mori is not a trend. It's also against going against trends and not looking attractive to men. So for those of you who don't know or didn't know, that's basically a basic definition of Mori. So 6, I wrote too many clothing pieces options for layering, skirt, blouse, color patterns. I think this one goes a little bit with the other that I mentioned, that the closet gets really full because you just have way too many options, like patterns, colors, textures. I think this applies to a lot of fashions, but since we work with a lot of layering, like the layering is almost the whole thing, I feel like it just makes everything a little bit too complicated. Like, it's awesome to have many choices, but at least to me, I am terrible with having choices. Like, yeah. 7, I wrote between deciding a natural Mori room or pastel aesthetic. Very contrasting style, colors and texture doesn't go well with kawaii pastel fashion. So I wrote this when I was more into kawaii fashion. I still like kawaii fashion, but I had to decide what was going to stay in my closet, because my closet is not that huge actually, even though you guys see a lot of things. It is very full. So what I meant about here is that Mori has a lot of natural textures, colors, and the colors that when sometimes we use when we sometimes use pastel colors like this, they're faded, they're dusty, They are not bright pinks, they are not bright, I don't know, any color pastel. You know, in kawaii it's actually the other way around, is the brightest, the cutest, the girliest colors. So I was having a very hard time. So I know that in here I talk about room, but I'm talking about also fashion. So yeah, I decided to just keep wearing mori because I could decide how much cuteness I wanted to apply to my clothing, if that makes sense. So this is natural, but it still has some cuteness, you know. That's how I style my mori cords. So yeah, I don't know if I should like go more in depth about this, but I think you kind of get the idea. If not, I can make a separated video about that. Paying attention, okay, it's in the wrong. Paying attention and being cautious about the weather. Too hot Florida to wear layers. Yeah, like I said, this one also goes with the other one that I mentioned about the cold. Yeah, today is a little bit not that warm outside, but it's raining. So if I wear something that has a lot of layering, laces, trim, all of those delicate ivory colors, and if I get like all muddy, you know, it's gonna be a mess. If it's windy, you know, all of those things you really have to pay attention, be careful about that. But yeah, it can get really hot in Florida, so I need to have something lightweight like this, which I have used. This is not that bad, but yeah, it all depends on the weather. The more accessible, the easier I can take off their clothing, the better for me. Like right now, I'm wearing this on top of this, so if I feel like it's too hot, maybe I'm gonna take off this. So things like that. I need outfits that I can simply take off pieces by pieces, just in order to survive the weather, if that makes sense. Okay, so 9, living in a rural area and not having parks or forests near me to take photos. So I do live in the city, but I live actually close to parks. I don't know why I said that, because I've been going to different parks lately. I guess what I meant is that I don't have one like across the street. I have to drive, which I hate. My boyfriend is the one actually going to drive. I am terrified. Yeah, I'm terrified of the street. I'm just terrified. Anyways, so yeah, we do have a lot of parks here. Oops. We do have a lot of parks in here in Florida, so I have a lot of areas to take photos, but I just wish it was like next to my house or something. So sometimes I'm outside here on the garden. That's also a reason why I wanted to make my area like very green, very cute and foresty looking, so I don't have to go out. Focus. Okay, so that's what he meant by there. In here I think I removed something. Oh, so I wrote that the Mori community is not big like it used to be. People are not as active online, only small Discord or Facebook page. This is very sad. Like, I'm trying to keep Mori alive, you know, just doing my part. I am not like a I'm just trying here by myself. I know there are other people still wearing Mori and still promoting Mori, so I really appreciate that. So the Facebook page actually have been very slow and dead this past year or 2 years, and I'm still part of a small Discord which is pretty active, but it's still very small. You know, it's not like the cottagecore like community, which is just type cottagecore and boom, you have a lot of communities. So that is quite sad. I did make my own Discord, but it's empty because it was just an impulse that I did. So yeah, if you want to join my Discord, but right now it's quite empty, so let me know if you're interested on that. So on here I removed some things that it did not apply, so I guess it's less than 25. I wrote, going to the bathroom is a pain if you're wearing a lot of layering. Wow. Like, I have to go to the bathroom way too much. Like, yeah, I don't want to give a lot of information, but wow, I want to buy something that bridals use that they wear under their whole dresses. Like, you can put all of your layers like this, and you put some handles, like straps, I mean, over here, so I can go to the bathroom peacefully. But wow, it's like wearing a wedding dress sometimes, and I'm pretty sure Lolita, people in Lolita fashion have the same issue. It's sometimes a pain, depending what are you going to do with the bathroom. So let's move on. Okay, changing clothing means a huge laundry. Wow. So yeah, especially here, like, I try to reuse stuff maybe up to 3 times if I haven't sweat or I just went out just to take some pictures and went back. But wow, if the day has been like very bad, very sunny, very dirty, if I've been very dirty, you know, sweaty, that's a lot of things to wash, which is a pain. So, oh, this one goes almost with kind of the same topic, but yeah. I wrote, laces and string embroidery are delicate. Beware of the cat. Fibers, yarns, pulling fabric. Yeah, I had one coat, or I don't know what piece it was, but my cat just decided to sit on it and just like, those pieces are so delicate. Just like I said, yeah, beware of the cats, or beware of the cats. Did I say cats? Yeah, beware of any animal obsessed with yarn, because those things are, I think, almost impossible to repair if they're machine made. Actually, even handmade, because you have to do a lot of work. Yeah, manure. Okay. Oh, I feel like I'm nervous. Okay, you can only wash your muddy pieces, delicate and no color. What? Delicate and no colors. I really like colors, delicate cycles, and or hand wash. Yeah, I think I guess what I wrote in here. But yeah, your muddy pieces, if they have a lot of laces, they have been used with vintage pieces, fabrics, linen, thin cottons, like I have shown on my last video. Like, this is very thin, but this is fast fashion, so I really don't care a lot. But if it's something that it was handmade, like upcycle, like a half, and the pieces are so delicate and that they can easily tear up very bad and very ugly. I am not familiar with the whole repairing, so it's oof. So I always wash everything delicate. I never hand wash. I don't see myself doing it. I want to take care of things, but I think that's just too much for me. Yeah, ivory and light colors, because I have dark colors. I know that some colors can transfer, so we have to be careful about that, but that applies to a lot of clothing. But I think it also have to do if you use natural dyes. I think that, if I am correct, that can transfer as well. So yeah, and I got that. I also wrote, people think that you're dressing up as a fairy, like costume. No, we are just us, people, human, living in the city, wishing that we live in Scandinavia, inside of those folk tales, being the Red Riding Hood in those books, and just, you know, yeah, that. But we are not accustomed. Again, I'm not wearing any elf earrings or anything monster-like elf. We are just us. Yeah, with forest themes going on, just to, I guess, I don't know how to say this, but I don't know, we have the forest with us. If that makes sense. Okay, I wrote linen clothing pieces being too thin and transparent and forces you to wear a lining. So I don't know if this is because I have gotten a lot of shipped stuff. Like, this is not linen, but I don't know if it's because I have gotten a lot of shipped stuff from Taobao or any other places where the fabric is almost transparent, just like I said. So the whole idea, yeah, it's about layering, but I personally cannot do that. I have a limit of layering that I can do, so sometimes it sucks for me. So that's a reason why I have a lot of pieces that just have way too much stuff going on, because I would like to avoid layering as much, just so I don't suffocate in here. But yeah, a lot tend to be very thin, or sometimes tend to be really thick. So yeah, especially if you are buying online, so it's a little bit difficult because you don't know what you're getting. So I got also, there's no new Mori content, only old magazine. Yeah, I have the magazines, and the only information that you tend to see online is pretty old. They copy and paste the same definition of Morigirl everywhere. The only person that I know that have done recent updated information is Forest and T, and my other friend, both are my friends, Didi Kyoko. She's also inspired by morikei as well, so she has an Instagram. Forest and T also have an Instagram, but she mainly writes on blogs. So yeah. Also, we're almost done. People not knowing what you're wearing, and it is hard to explain the fashion. Yeah, even though I know in my head the definition of morikei and what it consists, to a lot of people it's hard to understand. You know, like, some people also don't really care a lot to know about the whole idea, so it's like people just assume things, you know, because they just want an easy answer. So yeah, so I guess those two things apply on this. No, people really caring a lot to really understand the history, and people still not getting it no matter what, because it's just a little bit of everything. So yeah, so asymmetrical and symmetrical pieces not always work. Hard and tricky to combine. So I am talking here more about pieces that I bought replicas, things that are Japanese or inspired. So there are pieces that are already made to be styled within the brand. So they're hard to combine because the color palettes or the styles, like, there's a lot of stuff going on already on the piece, on the bottom piece or the top piece. So yeah, sometimes when you're trying to wear something horizontal with those pieces, can sometimes create a bad look, if that makes sense. I need to make a video about layering. I know that that's a video that people have been waiting a lot for me, but even myself, I'm trying to know what I'm going to say, just so I can be understood. Sorry, the camera was full. I talk a lot. Okay, so owning too many detailed clothing and less basics can be a pain to style sometimes. Yeah, actually, I have that issue. I need to buy a lot of more, like, tops, basic tops, so I can wear with things like this. Because this needs to 100% be used with something under it. So I do have way too many things that are like fully floral, fully decor. Yeah, I just have very little basics. I would like to know where to buy them. I have only gotten something from Uniqlo, which is white, but I don't like white a lot. I want natural colors, but I have only been buying online, so I don't know where to get like very delicate light gray, you know. I don't think I would like to wear turtlenecks because, again, this place is hot, but things like that I would like to get. So that would be very nice to always have. So yeah, not being able to relate 100% on the Mori community, on the Morigirl lifestyle or community, because I am an anime consumerist, kawaii. Yeah, oh yeah, this was done like very early when I was more into kawaii fashion. So yeah, when I started, a lot of people were very, this is not a bashing for, the Discord or anything like that, but people, especially on Instagram, are very natural, like more, I guess I should say mature, like more natural, more down to earth, natural, nothing, nothing, I don't know how to say it, nothing childlike, nothing into anime, nothing into any type of culture. And they're also very sustainable. Like it's kind of sometimes like a Mary thing. Like they're natural and all about sustainability and everything like that. And Mori is more about the fashion, And so yeah, I felt a little bit lost on that, but I cannot stop liking the things that I like. I love anime, I love cute stuff, kawaii, video games, all of that. So I guess there's always a space for all of us. So yeah, this is an old thinking. So I'm no longer feeling that way. People have accepted me for who I am, although the word of consumerism is a little bit harsh for me because I do obviously consume. But in terms of fashion, I am trying to promote more upcycle, thrifted, handmade items. So yeah, I'm just trying, guys. And two more. Getting ads of shops that has nothing to do with Mori fashion just because it was linen or because you like a photo of natural pits. No ads work for you, which is good and bad. Yeah, this last two has to do about the same thing. So yeah, when you're on Instagram, I've gotten a lot of ads about babies. So for some reason, I don't get this because I don't have kids. For some reason, when you like floral prints, animal prints, stuff like that, they tend to be targeted to babies. I don't know why. Or sometimes I see something, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. Like, example. And then when I click the photo, it's a size for a baby. And I'm like, so my style is childish, I guess. Not childish, but child-like, I don't know. So I guess no, the ads doesn't really work with me. I really have to dig a lot just to find something that I like, because I like more cute stuff. I don't like very simple designs. And sometimes also when I see very simplistic designs from places that sell linen, it's so basic that it's very hard for me to see the outfit. It can be done, but yeah, you have to work a lot. Plus, those places tend to be very expensive, so I always kind of ignore it anyways. But yeah, my biggest issue is that everything that I like has been for babies or kids in general, which I don't know how to feel. And the last one, this one is more personal for me, is that I am not being able to get sponsorships with Morigirl brands or companies because they don't exist or are only on Taobao. So less opportunity than kawaii companies. So I'm talking about this when I was more of a kawaii influencer. So there's a lot of drop shippers, or there's a lot of indie brands from all over the world that makes or caters more to kawaii fashion or the general alternative fashion, but not Mori. So that has been very harsh for me. Like, I want to just promote or sponsor things that I really like from now on. To be honest, I am very tired of basic sponsorships, or like I don't need them to have my channel, and I don't know why in my head I have been consumed about that. I've been thinking a lot. This video is going to be very long if I talk about that. But yeah, I'm thinking about way ahead if my channel was a lot bigger, if I had a lot of more opportunity in that sense. Right now I don't need the sponsorship because I have a job, but you know, if I depended on it, I don't know how I am going to be able to survive. I don't know. This is just a very delicate topic for me, and it only applies to me, obviously. But yeah, I think that was the last one that I wrote. So I feel weird making this video because I feel like I went very vulnerable, went very open, and I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know if this has to do with the fact that I've been doing way too much Instagram stories, and I guess I've been way too much open. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. I don't know about you guys. I feel a little bit embarrassed. But those are my opinions. Now I have to do the positive side because there's obviously a positive side. It's just where this was me ranting 1 or 2 years ago. But there's a lot of positive stuff. If there wasn't any positive stuff about it, I would not be wearing it. So yeah, so guys, let me know what do you think about my 20-something points of things I hate about morikei in general. Do something applies to you? Do you dislike something as well? Anything that you want to say, don't forget to let me know in the comments below. I really hope you like this cozy slow video. I know that it's almost 30 minutes. I really talk so much. So I'm glad that I did not add the things that I like in this video because it was going to take forever. So guys, I really hope you like it. Let me know if you like this type of video, this type of topic like this. So thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.